Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a little bit more of the PlayStation 5 Pro, just overall updates, talks, yaps, and just the fact that the console itself is still seemingly way more impressive than most people are realizing. Now, as you guys probably know, we've been seeing a lot of big focal points. We've kind of covered up some of these, but I kind of feel like it's kind of fun to keep on seeing like what these other big third-party developers that are not PlayStation have to go and say about the consoles themselves as a whole. And once again, we're now seeing some of the bigger folks out there, which I believe from, in my honest opinion, probably one of the more bigger games out there, the first Descendant. I myself have played it. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's very similar to like Warframe and like Destiny. It's also very new, so graphically it's actually a pretty intensive game. And they've had a chance now to go and mention that and how impressed, once again, they are with the PlayStation 5. The fact that there's going to be a massive, significant performance improvement, and a lot of things we've kind of seen in other various like call outs and the press releases or whatever, but once again, it's just fun. Like, I'm getting excited for the console. So hopefully these videos don't seem too redundant, but I just think it's kind of fun to keep on seeing all the brand new hype with it. So if you guys do too as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, and for our PlayStation Pro giveaway, we have the YouTube account, second YouTube account, Twitter's down below, and everything else. If you guys want to follow those on up to go and get the bonus entries, or if you guys want to pick up your own PS5 Pro console, all the affiliate links are obviously linked down below, and let's go and dive on into it. So one big thing we've kind of been noting now that some people have had their hands on the PlayStation 5 Pro is in how specifically impressive the Pssr technology is. That really has been the best selling point and mainly why people want to get the PS5 Pro. We've seen other big, even third-party companies mention, say it's like for Alan Wake, where they had a chance to go and showcase up on how the environments looked way better. The lighting effects looked way nicer. But there's also better things too from like say car games and racing games and everything else where it just makes everything look nicer. So once again, on another person add to the list, the PS5 Pro achieves significant performance improvements, says developers. The most impressive aspect is once again the Pssr. And I love this. I love the fact that for this is going to be good because I have mine coming on the way over here and I can't wait to go and actually like tinker out and play with it. There's only a little over a week before the first and possibly last, given Microsoft's apparent lack of plans to do another Xbox One type launch, console refresh of this generation, and the PS5 Pro will be launching globally. So also let me know if you guys are excited for it as well. As we approach the release date, more developers are talking about their experience with the hardware. So earlier on today, they had a chance to go and have an interview from the Dying Light franchise, which we talked about too as well. Basically, Dying Light thinks it's great. Things like No Man's Sky thinks it's phenomenal. And like all these other various parties that aren't even PlayStation are loving this stuff. They're saying it's so easy to develop on. The console themselves seem dope. Like everything just seems really nice, and I'm happy for it. Like this is making me excited to get to go and see this. They're saying basically for this one, interestingly, we can now reinforce that opinion with similar impressions from their PS5 Pro Q&A with Nexon, one of the world's also biggest gaming companies. If you guys ever played MapleStory back in the day, please let me know down below. That was my stuff. I did used to do like Zachem runs and Horntail runs, and like I was hanging around like in Hennessy and stuff. If no one knows what I'm talking about, man, I must have played weird games when I was a kid, but MapleStory was one of the best games experience I ever played. But basically saying Nexon's engine programmer, which would probably know a lot about specs and programming and everything else, Junwon Kim, who worked on the enhancements coming to the free-to-play looter shooter, the first Descendant, which, by the way, the first Descendant is a somewhat also intensive game. Graphically and design-wise and everything, it's actually pretty intense. So they're saying Kim also believes that the Pssr is the console's most impressive feature, and even went as far as saying its image quality stands up to any other upscalers on the market. And this, we kind of made a video on this a few days ago if you missed it, including the NVIDIA DLSS. So there's a few different types of like AI technology and like various things that people can utilize for PC games or even older PS4 type stuff to upscale games, change around resolutions, optimize games more, to make it basically just nicer at the end of the day. So basically saying, interestingly, they decided to mix Pssr upscaling with AMD's FSR frame generation. And I almost want to do another, there's a lot of videos I want to keep on maybe doing deep dives on, but this one is probably on the top tier one, that they're literally utilizing the PlayStation Pssr with other upscaling technology. So basically they're utilizing their AI, which is the Pssr, with other types of artificial intelligence machine learning. So not only is Pssr able to go and like do all the cool things they're able to run with it, same with like ray tracing, etc. They're now able to go and integrate that technology with other AI, I'm not really sure if it's AI or machine learning, it's kind of a mixture of both, to go make it even better, to maybe even utilize the AMD's FSR frame generations while utilizing the PSSR to make them both even better. It's awesome. It's cool. So read the full Q&A down below. So we're going to go with that dive over here. And basically we do have the November, like in the next few days, we have the PS5 Pro coming on out. And it's kind of nice because the first Descendant is also a brand new game. I'm going to do it really quick for you guys. But anyway, the first Descendant, as you guys can probably go and tell, is a very intensive game. And especially on consoles too as well, this is one of the perfect games out there where it can actually go and showcase up like the ray tracing, the shadow effects, the environments, and everything else in the game because there's just a lot of stuff going on in the game itself as a whole. Now, it's just a quick little glance in case you've never seen it, but I do recommend it. I've liked it. If you guys like Warframe or Destiny, you guys would probably enjoy the game. But it is a pretty big, graphically intensive game with a lot of different textures and models and details and everything else, and very nice also 3D modeling. So this is something you want to be on the lookout for. Saying, what do you think about the PS5 Pro's hardware? What's the single feature you were most impressed with? Concerning that the PS5 Pro is performance-enhanced model rather than a full-fledged successor, basically saying it's more optimized with the AI, has achieved significant performance improvements in many areas. As you already know, it is based on 3 main features: enhanced GPU performance, improved ray tracing architecture with a new command set, and AI-driven upscaling, which once again we're finding out that we could also integrate that with other AI as well. The most impressive aspect during the PS5 Pro adoption process was the AI-driven upscaling technology known as Pssr. On the existing PS5 base model, the FSR image upscaling feature is typically used, which has some drawbacks such as pixel ghosting and pixel jittering during the pixel reconstruction process. The PS5 Pro image upscaling based on Pssr minimizes these weaknesses and delivers highly impressive results. Basically saying that any like weird mishaps you might see with AI or them trying to like copy paste like backgrounds or environments or pictures, whatever, they're fine tuning it and making it less obvious because the Pssr is such a good technology. And that is, we have like these AI upscalers and other various things already with NVIDIA and AMD, but it's even better on the PlayStation, which is awesome to go and see. Compared to the jump between the PS4 Pro and the PS4, would you say the PS5 Pro, PS5 difference is similar or reduced? Basically, like, is it similar to like the big jump? They're saying the difference between the PS4 and PS4 Pro was mainly in the enhanced CPU and GPU performance, as well as some optimization methods that enable the near 4K image output using techniques like checkerboard rendering. I believe this created a noticeable distinction between the two. The difference between the PS5 and PS5 Pro shares a similar goal with the previous generation, but the approach this time was distinctly different and much more interesting, resulting in significantly improved outcomes. I think this is a super way to advance the current generation. Basically saying like this is comparable to the PS4 Pro. How much of an improvement is there between the PS5 and PS5 Pro versions of the game, which is probably one of the bigger things to note. For the first Descendant, we aim to provide higher resolutions and more ray tracing features on the PS5 Pro. So as I mentioned, more like shiny effects, particle effects maybe from weaponry and bosses, having the environments look nicer, look cleaner, like more if you're farther away from the certain areas and designs, it'll look a lot more cleaner from, let's say, rocks or other various things, which I think is dope. In terms of ray tracing, we achieved enhancements with expanded features such as ray traced ambient occlusion, ray traced lumen diffusion, and ray traced opaque and translucency surface reflection. Basically, for lack of better terms, they're just making everything look beautiful. Like, they're trying to make the environments look nicer, trying to make the colors and like lights on your characters and such look better, and they want to make sure ray tracing is being utilized, but as well, they're using all these different types of technologies, which is so cool. So they're going to have these cool things like the AMD, like as we mentioned before, integrating with the Pssr. We have ray tracing, which is also utilizing the Pssr to fill in the blanks. Like, this is like insane technology in my head. Like, maybe I'm just too much of a fanboy, or maybe I'm hyped up for it. I don't know. But like, bro, this is sick. Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited for this. Also, how does the PS5 Pro version stack with the maxed out PC games, which a lot of people are curious on? Will the PS5 Pro version support the same ray tracing effects as the PC version with the same quality? Providing the same quality as a high-end PC is a very challenging task, which is fine. Like $700 versus $3,000. We get it. The team did their best to add as many features as possible to deliver the best possible image quality. So like, they're trying. They're doing the best they can. Good value. Will there be a different modes for the PS5 Pro version as well? The original PS5 base model offered FSR upscaling and FSR frame generation features. On the PS5 Pro, we provide an option that combines PSSR with FSR frame generation, as we covered, allowing for a higher resolution, high frame rate experience compared to before. are using the PSSR. What do you think about it compared to other upscalers like NVIDIA DLSSR, AMD FSR, and Intel XeSSS? As mentioned earlier, we actively adopted the PSSR. Each upscaling technology has its own advantages and disadvantages. The PSSR delivers image quality that stands up to the comparison to any of these other upscaling technologies. Basically saying this PS5 Pro technology is going crazy. It's integrated with other AI. It's beautiful. I'm excited. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Subscribe for the 60,000 subscriber goal. And of course, all the bonus giveaway entries down below and the affiliate links for the PS5 Pro if you just want to pick one up, all linked down below as well.